Welcome to Give Me the Mic. So glad to have you again today. I am Faye Bailey Lucas, your host. Thank you. We come to motivate, inspire, and cultivate you to reach your highest potential to become successful. And we have a great show in store for you. But first, I want to bring up my brother Zach. Bring my brother Zach to the mic. Hey, brother.
Hey, 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 and praise God for this glorious day.
We're going to be talking about hair wars. So I want to know, what does Jesus have to say about the war that's going on in the hair industry? Our guest
Wow.
is really going to bring that together, but we want to hear what Jesus say. Y'all know my brother is the host of What Jesus Says. So
You know what? It's difficult to try to parallel that into what you're trying to discuss, but it's all about sabotage. And I
yeah,
use a biblical scripture of someone that sabotaged
yeah,
her ability, her position to get something for her personal gain. That's Samson and Delilah. And they in the industry I'm in security, we call that social engineering. The full range of emotions people use to get you to do something you wouldn't normally do. They do it in things called phishing and all that thing. They call, hey, that's the police. Send me $500 or we coming down there to get you. I mean, who's gonna do that? But in Judges, the word tells us about a woman's ability to get anything she wants from a man through emotional security. That's why you have to always protect your emotional security, because when you make decisions outside of the scope of rationale, you're doing it in emotion, you're going to always make a bad decision. That's what happened with Samson. And hit to tee it off, his wife Delilah was sold out by the Philistines to get his secret so that he can, for the people. We're going to do it for your people, Delilah. And so Samson went out and she said, Samson, can you tell me your secret to your strength? You're so strong, you're so bad, you're so bad, and you fine. And he told her lie after lie after lie. And she said, why are you mocking me? You gotta tell me. I'm losing my mind. You gotta tell me. And then he said, what's wrong with you? Why you want to know? He said, I just want to know. And then all of a sudden, he gave her the secret. And all of a sudden, he found himself in a predicament, a bad situation. And a lot of times we find ourselves in the same situation when we are manipulated to do something that we normally wouldn't do. So I'm telling you, at this point, you heard it here first. Don't give me the mic. Protect your emotional security, man. Don't give it up. So I'm gonna turn it back over to hostess with the mostest.
my brother, you didn't say what was it that she took from him? How
She
what
she told him to give him the secret to his strength was his hair, and he cut his
was his hair? Wow. And
yeah,
what
and she cut his hair, and then all of a sudden he was a weakling like me. You know,
uh, oh
I can't fight the Philistine. You
you
can't
know,
fight the
everybody
battle no
don't know
more
those
because you gave up
Bible
your secret sauce. That happened to Madam C.J. Walker. The lady stole her recipe, but the Lord was graceful, merciful, and she still was able to get her secret sauce.
stories.
And
Right.
after that, she had told this lady how to grow her hair and all that. And
Yeah.
you have to be careful in your industry. You can't tell everybody your secrets and your
Right.
business. You
But I
think,
wanted
just
you to
like TLC said, what about your friends, right?
I
Uh,
wanted you to tell them because everybody don't know the Bible stories, Zach.
well,
No,
I did
nobody.
tell them. I mean, what were you asleep? I told her everything.
You didn't say nothing about the hair was the secret. Cut that.
Wow, did I think you ought to be kind of like
I did not hear you say nothing about cut the hair. Well,
you got immediate CRS just that quick. I did say something about the hair, but we
not
can roll it back. But we can't roll it back now. We'll
oh,
roll it
I'm
back.
gonna roll it back. Trust me, I'm gonna roll it back.
But
But
we talked
anyway,
about
before
women being manipulative and getting them secrets, so you better be careful, right?
I
And it's
know,
not just women; men do it too.
I
But
bet.
on this case, she got Samson's secret by telling him, "Ah, I need some help. You can't help me. You don't love me." And then he gave him the secret
And
to
that
his strength was his hair.
it
And
was
everybody does know it. They know Samson. They've seen him on TV a
not
million times.
everybody. You don't know who's in our audience, and we have to be
Here we are arguing live on
everybody
television.
don't know what Jesus
We
said.
somebody reel us in with it. Come on now.
Okay, so okay, let's go. Let's go. Give us a commercial with it, and we're gonna meet our special guest.
Same.
Thank you so much for inviting me out, girl. I've been so stressed.
Girl, you are so welcome. But listen, who did your hair?
Oh, all dolled up.
What is that?
All Dolled Up is a series of stores and salons all throughout South Florida. I get my hair silked out every month. I can do that because I'm part of the Texture Club.
Girl, well, I need to get to All Dolled Up and sign up for this texture club. You look amazing.
And cheers to that. A beautiful journey. I've always dreamed of an exciting, passion-filled career in the beauty industry. When enrolled in Cosmo School, it was amazing. After all, beauty was my thing, but I knew it was just the beginning. Next, I needed to find a salon home that was going to help me take it up a notch. aducareer.com showed me the way. Teamwork, branding development, coaching, product knowledge, and more. The apprentice training program changed my life. Find out more about the amazing possibilities.
In the same.
All right, all right. We back. We're back. All right, brother. We having too much fun today. We got to stay focused. Okay. Now, I'm getting ready to introduce this young lady who is very, very dear to me. I mean, she's been with me for over 30, probably 40 years. I don't even know. It's been so long. But she has come, we were talking one day and we were talking about how the industry of hair, which we're in, has been destroyed and it has just changed. And people have infiltrated in our industry that aren't licensed, aren't qualified to do what we do. And the industry is just changing. So we thought we would have a segment on Give Me the Mic and talk about the hair wars that we are experiencing in the salon with stylists, with customers. And I want none other but my dear friend who knows it from the beginning to the end, Jackie Fryar.
Let's hear it.
Hi, hi. Thank you. Thank you
Hi,
for having me
Jackie.
again. Give me
Thank
the mic.
you so much for
I
joining
appreciate you.
us.
This is great.
Awesome,
How
awesome.
you doing, Zach?
Can you hear Jackie?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you want to be quiet.
Hey,
Yes, I can. It's going in and out, but I can hear you.
Okay, Jackie, let's get started. I am so glad you came on so we could talk about this because it is getting ridiculous. It's really getting ridiculous. And
It is.
people are really running from the experience of coming into the hair salon and even working in the hair salon because of how our industry has changed. And like Zach said, the trick of the enemy has come to sabotage something that God has put together. He has given us a gift in our hands to do hair, and we love it, and we've always loved it. We always had so much fun with it. So tell me, Jackie, what do you see is happening in this industry called hair?
Well, what I'm seeing is there's a generation of young people, talented young ladies and men, um, who are very gifted and very talented, but they haven't taken the time to go to school and learn the other things that come with hair. So, with that being said, uh, they will do hair at their home or, you know, like you said, in a garage or whatever. But the problem with that is that They can give you a hairstyle, and then maybe they can give you good deep conditioning and that type of thing. But the other parts that go with hair, the chemistry part, and asking the right questions to our clients, because a lot of people on medicines and things like that. So anyway, that's what I see happening. And being in the salon, I've had people come in and say, "Oh, I shampooed my hair already." I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, that's what you do. You shampoo your hair." I said, "Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I
That's
don't like to shampoo. I don't like to do someone's hair that's shampooed before they come in the shop. Twofold. I don't know how you shampoo your hair. It might not be clean.
right, right,
You might not have rinsed everything off.
right.
So if I go to put that blow dryer on or that flat iron, and your hair sizzles and pops. You know? So for me, the hairstyle starts with shampoo bowl. But that's what I'm seeing. Guys come get their hair braided and they say, "Oh, I shampooed it." No,
Experience
this is part of your experience. The best part of the experience actually is the
is
shampoo
the
bowl.
shampoo.
You
Mhm.
guys also learn things that are very serious when it comes to health, because nowadays, if you don't do things right, you can incur cancers in the head. And I mean, you
Yeah,
got
well,
chemicals, you're working with chemicals, right? You're
and I'm
taught to do that,
mhm,
how to do it, the timing, what not to put. You could put some toxic stuff in somebody's head and
right.
kill them, right? So
It's
you don't just
No,
want
keeping
to do.
your hair
That's just like
clean. I mean,
trying to
keeping your
drink
tools clean.
bootleg liquor. You don't do that. You
mhm,
you go to the
Yeah,
grocery store and
yeah,
get you whatever you're gonna do. You don't get mama's recipe out in the backyard and all that. So I wouldn't do that with my hair either. I wouldn't trust it to somebody or a mechanic. My brother's a certified mechanic. I mean, you don't work on somebody's BMW under the shade tree. Why would you do that to your hair? I mean, that's your precious.
right.
right,
And so many
right.
diseases are spreaded
Yeah.
in combs, and like you said, Jackie, in your tools, we
Yeah.
have to sanitize,
Yeah,
sterilize, and defect a
Mm.
lot of our
yeah,
tools. So people aren't taking none of that in consideration as to what measures we go through to give them a healthy
Mm.
hair experience. And so professionalism does not
yeah,
even matter anymore to some people. But like I told you, Jack, and we were talking, everybody's just not our customer. Everybody just do not understand what it means to get healthy hair experience, a professional service. And this is why I wanted us to do this segment about hair wars. Another thing is stylists that are graduating from beauty school, they are even coming out wanting to open a business without any experience, without working with anybody, no mentor. I did it, and it was a very hard beginning for me, and I didn't get it together until I went and got training from Dudley University. I was there for two
yeah.
years, no customers, no work to do, was not trained, only doing what I could do in the house, and I could not get
Hmm.
to that level that I imagined. So training,
Yeah.
mentors, and going through the process,
Mentoring, that's
yeah,
big.
it's very important. But these kids coming out of school, they only want to do some lace fronts, putting glue on scalps, suffocating hair follicles. Hair can't breathe. When
Hmm.
they get older, their hair is falling out. They're balding. So many
They're
hair
bald.
loss situations are coming about because these new era stylists
Yeah,
do not
yeah,
want to be trained properly and give the customers a healthy hair service. So, Jackie,
yeah.
you were also talking about even the owners in how they treat the people that are working with them. They don't give them really good opportunities, and that's why a lot of them are trying to do things on their own. So what are some of the experiences that you see that owners out there are doing to push people away to try to do things on their own?
Well, one of the main things that I'm seeing is that they're not offering in-house education or even promoting out-house education. Um, training. hairdressers have been in the business for a very long time, but you're doing your business a disservice if you're not keeping your style on top of the game. And when uh, you have a nice blend of seasoned stylists and younger ones, me personally, I take it upon myself to show things, um, teach them,
Right.
take time to show um, that was done for me thing. And so that's what I do. So when there's downtime in your shop, that's an opportunity to either just have a little team meeting, make sure everybody's head is in the game and there's no issues, and or some training. There's a whole you can do. You
Right.
can do color, you can do relaxers, you can do shampoo techniques, you can go over product knowledge. There's
Right.
a lot,
Right. Right.
and a lot they don't know how to use the product correctly. That's here.
Exactly. And I like what you said because that's the culture of what we do at All Dolled Up. We train. The
Yeah.
older stylists always hold the hands of the younger stylists. That has always been our culture. We've always been able to share knowledge without a problem. But I'm beginning to see people outside of our company. I'm when they come, they are just like in awe. Oh, I can look. You're gonna teach me,
You're
and
gonna show me. You're gonna share that color formula with me. Yeah.
yeah, and
Even
so
my clients, you might not be with me forever. When you go to somebody else, I want you to know exactly what is done to your hair,
but that's
so you can give that information. And you hear some style. "Oh, don't do that. Are you kidding me?
you're right.
Listen,
No,
if we keep everything like this,
we can't get
we ain't got no room for God to bless us.
exactly
Nowhere.
no
And I
room.
don't mean just financially. I'm just talking about knowledge and you know, uh, Zach. I like that social engineering. That's really good. That's something that can be used in a salon. That
Can you explain social engineering, Zach?
Well, actually, it's not a good thing, it's a negative thing because what happens is someone is engineering you, manipulating you to do things you wouldn't normally do. But when you're under emotional duress, you make bad decisions, right? For instance, somebody
okay.
calls the elderly on the phone and they say there's a Social Security Administration. Is your Social Security number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah, it is. She said, well, you need to give us some back payment because we overpaid you for your last check. Who is this? And then they send the money through some cash app or something like that. They're
So,
engineering you. They're socially manipulating you to do
but how
something.
do you flip that around in a salon setting? Meaning, um, training your stylist how to treat your clients and
Right.
how to treat your coworkers. Um, so that's I was looking. That's the way it came to
No,
me when you said,
social engineer is not a good thing, but I understand your point. What you're
but you see what
trying
I'm
to do
saying? Yeah.
is make sure that you're giving them the real thing. What's that old song? There's nothing
Mhm.
like a real thing, baby. There's nothing like the real thing.
Baby.
Now, you the real thing. Social engineering is the phony baloney. You see this
Oh,
stuff that you get on the internet. You think it looks good until you buy it from China. When it gets home, you've been social engineered. Nothing like the
Yeah.
real thing, baby.
okay.
Right.
So going to all dolled up is a different experience than going to doll down the street under the tree, you know. And it's not gonna be the same. It sounds the same. It's just like not McDonald's hamburgers is not like McDonald's hamburger. You ain't gonna get the same
Mhm.
effect. But yeah, you got the right concept, but it was reversed. You don't want to be
Oh,
Yeah.
social engineer,
So I
right?
got to figure out. I got to figure out another phrase for it. But I
I
like
mean,
that.
you've all
And
been
that's the other thing too,
exposed to
Faye.
it
You're
because
finding
you
that the
got
young people.
fishing. They call in and say, "Hey, this is Miss Fulani in Nigeria. We have $5,000 for you. Please send us
No,
your
it's
address
happened
and
to
your
somebody
cash out."
that I know.
Yeah, you've seen that. That's
uh-huh.
social engineering. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get that straight so our audience can understand exactly where we're trying to go.
Yeah,
In other words, the client or someone that is not in tune with what we're doing is the ones that are
the
using that
phony baloney. Yeah,
using that against us.
the phony comes up before the original.
Right,
And
right,
then you have to make corrections for all the mess they messed up. But
right.
you've had that happen. They said,
Oh
and
yeah,
you don't dog them, but you say, "Oh my God, what happened?" Well, I went to Shirley down the street. I didn't have much time and money, so she said she was gonna
Exactly.
hook me up. Shirley, you talking about Shirlene down the street? Oh yeah, Lord have mercy. Come on over here. Let me wash your hair. Get all this.
I know. And everybody, let me tell you
Well,
this, Jackie. Do you find that everybody want a discount? They want a deal, and
yeah.
they have no clue. You already getting a
I think
deal
she talking about me on the slide too.
just
Always
because.
talk
No,
like get a cash out.
But think about it. I mean, what it takes to really give a client healthy hair experience,
Yeah.
professional hair, have no clue. We don't dilute products. We give the best products,
That's,
organic products. We give sanitation, clean
mhm.
environment, knowledge, skills.
Mhm.
When you come in, you're guaranteed to leave satisfied. So this is worth your time, your money, and your experience. But it's so hard to get people to understand your gift. It costs. It costs.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
whatever you value, you will pay for it. And
that's right.
so this is when they do that, it makes me feel that they don't value my gift, my skills, and
Right.
my experience. So
Right.
it's really it really hurts sometimes when people say that. I really hate people to say it, but they say it.
But you know what though? I,
How much
I
is
feel
your
like
house?
this. That's fine if you don't want to pay that.
I know.
You'll, you'll find a salon where you can pay that particular price. This might not be the salon. Bring the price down, bring it back up, bring it down, go to the left, go to the right. No, where's our integrity? Where is um, we got to stay we got to stay focused in our point. And between me and you, Faye, we have over
40
60
years
years.
of experience. I mean,
Yeah,
that's you're getting
you got 40. I got almost what 26.
right.
Like,
Don't
Yeah.
you guys have to be insured and bonded as well? That costs money.
Oh yes.
oh yeah, when you come into
I
the
mean,
salon,
you
your
people
salon
might
should
come
be
in and
insured.
try to set you up, and you got
Yeah,
to be able to, uh, hire an attorney if they came with they slipped and fell in salon or something, or
yeah,
Oh,
you
but
do. Yeah, you get some crazy clients.
I've already experienced that over the 40 years, almost
Yeah,
5 or 6 times. But
yeah.
God has always been on my side. Thank
amen.
you,
Amen.
God, for that, because we have all T's crossed and all I's dotted. We do things the right way. Integrity will take you a long way. If
Hmm.
you're cheating, you are going to get caught. But we don't cheat. We give you the real deal. So,
So, Faye, tell
go
us some stylists that are out there. Um, how do you handle a client who is just you can't satisfy, not happy? They come in, they're gossiping, they're talking about people. As a stylist, how do you handle that?
when you set the atmosphere in a calm and professional way, people don't even feel comfortable doing it. If you
Come
notice,
on now.
yeah,
Hmm.
because the ambiance, the music that's playing, the atmosphere, how it looks,
Yeah,
people conduct themselves in a
of
certain
course.
way based
Hmm.
on the environment they come in. And if you don't
Right,
offer that type of environment, you're not going to get that rowdy crowd. You're not going to get the gossiper. You're not going to
right.
get, the rowdy ones. So I just thank God for each location that they are practicing that professional environment. But if one
I
comes,
think that,
I've had people come in cussing and carrying on, and they hear the gospel music playing, they hear the inspirational music playing, they hear the Afro beats playing, and it's really calm in the in the salon. And I don't say, please do not curse. All I say, oh baby, we don't speak no Spanish. Say something funny to let them know that that's not accepted. So I'll
well,
say, please don't be speaking Spanish or something funny. But
well,
we try
we're
to,
going to put a disclaimer to that. We're not down in our Latina friends here.
yeah. So I'll say something funny
Yeah,
to
but I think in
let
my
them know.
years, I've only had to fire, quote unquote, fire a client, and that was when I my first salon back in 2001.
You had to fire a client.
Yeah,
So
because
what was the scenario?
no, you're busy, you're trying to do what you do, and if somebody's not patient, and I've never been the one to make you wait for hours. That's just not me. But if you keep coming up to my chair and then you looking at me, and I'm like, what do you want? Well, just I'm good to you. It's good. And if you come again, then I have to step away from the chair and say, listen, you know, this is not the first time you've done it. So maybe this is not the salon for you. And that's the first time. Then I was managing a shop and I had to handle an unruly client because she had her, where's Barbara? Kids running all over the place. We got sharp tools,
No
clippers,
children.
shears. She
No
got,
children.
The
she
one
got,
thing I noticed that when you guys work in a service industry, think about it, it's not because they can get a more economic. You put it, sister, in the right way. The ambiance, the environment. For instance, if you were to go to the grocery store and bought you a rock lobster tail, some shrimp, a shrimp cocktail, if you do that at an expensive restaurant, you're gonna pay $82 for that.
Uh huh.
Now,
Yeah.
are you
and you
kidding
don't
me?
ask them for no
Why would you
discount.
go and pay $82 when you want? Because it's not about the food. Actually, it's
It's the
about being
ambiance.
served, the way you're being served.
Exactly.
Because
You
you're gonna
got
pay
it, brother.
$82 for something you can get down at your Publix for like $25, $30, but
You
you'll
got
pay
it,
that
brother.
premium price
You
for the
said it.
service.
I'm not the best stylist in the world. I'll tell you that in a minute. But every person that sits in my chair, I want them to have a good
Yeah,
experience.
You gonna treat
And
them
I
like
always
a
bring good
queen,
energy. We
king or
leave
a
we leave
queen.
our problems outside the shop
Right.
and we bring good energy.
that's right. Come on.
That's good, brother. I like that. And Jackie, we wanted to get our guests to ask any questions. Do you all have any questions that you want to ask about the hair salon or your experience in the hair salon? We can answer these questions. We have LIPS, and she's saying gospel music make it hard. I don't know what that means. She's
She said gospel music makes it hard.
She said, "Yeah, the gospel music make it hard." Maybe she's saying maybe when you're playing gospel music, it's hard for them to come in cussing and carrying on.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
usually bring
Yeah,
them.
it leaves that spirit at the door. You block it.
Yeah, they be like,
yeah.
"Oh Lord, I can't bring that spirit in that." They
Yeah.
playing gospel music. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, thank you, Lips, for that. Okay, thank you so much. And Val is saying, keep doing what you're doing. God knows you're worth it. Thank you, Val. Val, she drives 3 hours to come get her hair done. That
Wow.
tells me already that she appreciates, she knows my worth, and she always sending
You the
others.
mom.
Uh-huh. Val, she came all the way to Georgia to
That's
get her
crazy
hair.
right there. That's special.
Hey, we do
That's
have some of
definitely
those clients
different.
that do
I'm
that,
like,
and we
Yeah,
appreciate them.
she came all the way to Georgia to see me to get her hair done. But what? we almost at the end of our segment, but it has been really good to hear from you, Jackie, and to
Oh,
share this with you about the hair wars that we both have experienced together. But we're going to stay strong. We're going to stay
keep
strong.
going. Yeah.
We're not going to let them cut our hair, take out our strength. We're going to keep sitting
That's right.
strong. We're not going to give up on our industry. We're going to keep encouraging the younger stylists to come up,
Yeah.
understand the
Yeah.
value of working your gifts in your hand. My brother always say that God will make room for your gift.
For your
Yes,
gifts.
Lord.
Yes,
Every
he will.
gift,
He has.
every gift that has come to me has come through me standing behind the chair doing what I love to do. And I give God the glory for blessing my hands. He's blessed the works of our hands. And I just want Zach to end this segment for Jackie and I on Hair Wars. Thank you so much for sharing what Samson and Delilah story and how it correlates with
Yeah.
what we're talking about. It made so much sense. And we're not letting no Delilahs come in to sabotage what God has put together. So end this segment, Zach, for us.
All right. Well, you put it very succinctly in Proverbs 18:20. To it says that 18:16, a man's gift shall make room for him and bring him to the presence of great men. Now, watch this. You're standing up. You're doing somebody. You're bringing them in the presence of great men. You used to do the hair
Mhm.
for uh, what's the guy's name? Miss the lady's name that you got the album for Mother. What's his name?
Oh, Marie Cole, Nat King Cole's mother.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about
I
it.
meant
Your
wife.
gift made room for
Wow.
you
Yeah.
and brought you in
Yeah,
the presence of great men.
yes.
Proverbs eight
It was
sixteen is
an
the
honor to
truth.
do her hair.
Joseph's gift made room for him and got an audience with the king. So
Right.
you
Wow.
just can't take it for granted and forget about it because that could be the connection that you need. They say, can you just do this for me? I'm gonna hire you to fly all the way to LA to do this because I don't trust people. You don't know what things might be set up like that, right? So
Yeah.
always remember the word of the Lord is true and he's faithful that promise. Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift will make room for him and bring him in the presence of great men. So I'm in the presence of great women right now, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get some extra cheese on that burger. I'm just saying, you know, you
Oh,
never
wow.
know. And onions and lettuce if it come with it. Do
Thank you
fries come with
so
that
much.
shake, sister?
Thank you so much. And we're going to end our broadcast. Thank you guys for coming again. And we hope to see you again next Sunday, same time, same place. And please share it with your friends and subscribe so that you would know when we're on. Bye bye. Have a great day.